Good morning, everyone. I am in my Florida mum era. Like, what is this? This is my running attire. And yes, my running attire consists of a Holland Cooper equestrian half zip because apparently that's my running gear now. I've got a little base layer on and a gym wear set and this hat that Carrie got me for my birthday that says, my favorite position is CEO. I went for a run yesterday. The weather has been glorious and I have genuinely been counting down the seconds until my run this morning. So I'm gonna get out and go as quickly as possible. When the weather is like this, I cannot put into words how much it fills up my cup to run. And if you didn't see my stories that I put up from yesterday's run was basically me explaining to you how hilarious I am at running. Now, I have been like regularly fair weather running since lockdown. I think I found my feet with it. I was always trying to go too fast. I was always trying to get better and I didn't enjoy it up until I realized that going slow was my USP. And that was the thing that was going to help me find the enjoyment in actual running. Fast forward 4 years, because is it 4 years post-COVID? Oh, I am now going at exactly the same speed as I was back then. I've not got any faster, but what I have noticed is I'm not as out of breath. So I'm going so slow that I've almost like my stamina has caught up now, so I can really enjoy it. Like there's no burning in my chest, that kind of thing. So I do pick up the pace a little bit at points. Basically on my runs, everything is pretty much downhill for the first part. And so you're like, this is great, this is so easy. And then you've got to run back. Not so easy. But I've picked up my pace on the run back, getting up the hills. I'm like much more able. But I don't push myself too hard because just running in general is tough. Okay, it's tough. It's tough even just getting out the door. I don't want to get it to the point where I'm like, I'm not enjoying it. And I have to talk to you about like how my attitude towards fitness and health has changed over the last sort of, even just the last few months. I realized that I was going to fitness things and I was always wanting to be like good. I wanted people to look at me and think, oh, she knows how to do yoga, for example, or ooh, she's really like strong and she's really good at lifting weights, or she's really good at Pilates or whatever. And I had to ask myself a question. I was like, why do I need people to think that I know what I'm doing? And why am I worried whether people think I'm good at it or not? Because I'm taking my own enjoyment out of it. And I just lent into the fact that some things I can't do. There are some moves I can't do, but I'm so okay with being an amateur at something, even if I've been doing it 4 years. And people looking at me and thinking, oh my gosh, like she's just starting, or wow, she doesn't know what she's doing. And like, I literally don't care. I literally don't care. I mean, I did care, but realizing that I'm subconsciously putting a pressure on myself that I don't need to put, that only steals my enjoyment from exercise, has been transformative. I don't beat myself up if I can't do something. Like if I can't get into a stretch, like it's literally water off a duck's back. And I would even say that even though I've got into running, just applying this one sort of thought process to me running, has made it exponentially more enjoyable. So if you're like me, I think it's probably a little bit of a like perfectionist trait that I have, but if you're like me and you feel like you always need to be good at something and you always need to look like you know what you're doing and look like a professional, try just not doing that. Just try. Even if it's like just in training or like fitness or health or whatever, just try being like, I'm totally okay with looking like I don't know what I'm doing and appearing like I can't do it, and just letting that go. There'll be lots of people that will be like, Lydia, this is like old news. We're all different. And sometimes some of the things that I talk about will speak to some of you and not others. Sometimes it'll speak to all of you. Sometimes it'll speak to no one. It'll just be me on my weird lonesome. But I love having conversations where it feels like we're in a space of like growth and understanding and like thinking a little bit outside of things, because I don't know where this pressure of me to be good at something and needing to always be the best and try the hardest and lift the heaviest weights and be able to run the longest, I don't know where that pressure came from. I don't know where it like, and how it just like subconsciously lived there without me knowing. So if I'm thinking that, I'm hoping that there's going to be some of you guys that are like, oh wow, Lydia, I hadn't even realized that I was doing that too. And we can all just let go of something that we don't know how it got there, and it's really not helping us. And if anything, it's literally held me back from doing things. Like I wouldn't do classes because I would worry that like people would think I don't know what I'm doing or whatever. And I'm like, why do I care? Why do I care? So anyway, running for me and sharing the fact that I literally am the slowest runner. Although people messaged me yesterday and they were like 40 minutes for 6K is a good time. That's great. I actually don't know how that is a good time because I am almost going backwards. It's so slow. So maybe it's like my pace is fast, but my legs don't move much. I don't know. But yeah, it's been one of those things where I'm like, it's made things so much more enjoyable to me. So I wanted to share this nugget of information just in case, because you know what I'm like. I love talking about these things. I love sharing the things that I'm like learning. And one of the things that I've noticed over the last few months is like, I get a lot of messages from people nowadays that's not just like, oh, Lydia, I know where to shop. It's like, oh, Lydia, I know a little bit more about my brain because of you. Like, you've actually helped me think differently about so many things. And I'm learning too, and so I'm literally just, I've got to stop saying literally. But anyway, I just really enjoy sharing the thoughts in my brain, and this not just being a space for, this is the new lipstick, or this is the new thing that's coming out. I also want you to feel like maybe, dare I say it, maybe your life gets a little bit better from watching my videos. I mean, I don't want to blow my own trumpet there, but like genuinely, I hope that that's what happens. Maybe it's like just because you feel like you want to get up and go. Maybe you're going to go for a run. Your life gets better when you exercise. Trust me. I just hope that you watch things and you think, do you know what? I'm going to get up today. I'm going to go for a run. Or I'm going to go to Pilates, and I don't care. And I'm doing it for me and not what other people think. And you just pay attention to how you feel and like all of the good things that you do after that, just because you did that one act. Anyway, oh my God, talk about faffing for 8 minutes. Let's go on the run. However, when I'm actually running, I will wear all of the gear and still look like I run like I've got no idea. This is actually something that Ali bought. He got this from Mr. Porter and it was way too small for him. And it has, ow, that was my skin. It has become one of my absolute favorite things for running because I can put like my phone in here, keys in the back. I can like have anything that I need. If I want to like grab a coffee from the village, I can take money with me, although I've never done that, but if I wanted to, I could. And it makes me look like I know what I'm doing. But then when they actually see me run, they'll be like, oh, look at that girl with all the gear and absolutely no idea. It's actually Nike, so if you wanted to search it, because I do always get loads of questions about it, but this is basically my running gear. And then I have little LG in-ear buds, which are great. I don't listen to anything other than like books. I don't listen to any like running music. I listen to things that make me want to live a good life and remind me that life is a great place to live regardless of everything that happens in it, and reminds me of gratitude and all of the good stuff. So that's what's in the ears. Let's get running. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It smells like high spring. And look at those bluebells in there. So pretty. Just the usual on my walk, racing Philomena the pheasant, although I reckon that's actually Philip the pheasant. She's like, I can hear her coming, I can hear her coming. Run, run Philomena. Oh, goodness me, I am home. It's Sunday and we just had a Royal Mail delivery. Didn't think that was a thing, but apparently it is. But the doors are open, the sun is shining, and I'm gonna make myself a smoothie of destiny. This is going to be a kefir one rather than a Greek yogurt one. 10th of the 5th. I'm going to get all of my ingredients, which there's a lot. Veggie berries. Literally just making it up as I go along. Ooh, do we have peanut butter? Almond butter. Even better. Berries. I'm gonna make enough for Ali as well. I know obviously I keep my L-glutamine in this jar, but I'm trying a new company. I wanted to find something a little bit more local, and this is, I think it's like the Oxfordshire supplement company, and they do all of their own supplements, and that's the one that I'm trying out, because I think Thorn was like an American company and I wanted to find something more local, and it seemed like they're a really, really lovely company, so that's what I've got in here. So what I do is I add my supplements after I mix them. I know that doesn't really like make sense, but it's because if I make too much, it doesn't split the supplement, and it means that I'm getting all of the supplement, if that makes sense. Oh, such a reward. This is an emotional roller coaster. I have not updated you on little 50 cent and 50 pence. So 50 pence is the bigger one in front and 50 cent is the little one behind with his scraggly legs. But look how much better he's walking. Do you remember? I honestly, like, I hope you don't mind me updating you on these guys, because they are occupying, they're living rent free in my head. But it has, the last few walks have been an emotional roller coaster, and I've not even told you about it. So basically, we came on a walk about a week ago, and I couldn't find them. In fact, there's I think that must be like 30, that one over there. To see. It's hard to tell some of the numbers. And so I can see 30, but there's only one little lamb with them. And then we bumped into another gentleman that we see on our walks all the time, and he said, oh gosh, there was a dead lamb in the field, and I mean, it looked like he had died, and then something had come along and done whatever it's supposed to do to it with a cycle of life or circle of life or whatever. And because I hadn't seen 50 cent, I presumed that it must have been 50 cent. And even now, we were over there and we saw what we thought was 50 cent and 50 pence and his mum. And then we've just come down here and little Scraggle Lamb is doing great. He's honestly, like, the size difference between the two of them is absolutely ridiculous, but he's walking now so much better. So, God. And I said to Ali, I was like, if he is dead, I'm just not going to update the internet, and I think it's fine to just let them think that 50 Cent went on to live a lovely life. They don't need to know that it wasn't the happy ending that we thought. And then another happy ending. I am mid-fake tanning for the week ahead, and Mr. Millen Gordon has just informed me that they're, oh my goodness.
A little yellow tit.
A little yellow tit has somehow got into our log burner. Oh my goodness. We're going to try and help him.
So what I'm going to have to do is get a net.
Yeah.
As soon as I open the door, it's going to try and fly out.
Yeah. Well, why don't we just open the...
Too much by getting too close.
No, I'm not. It's okay, little one. It's okay. So I'm thinking that our little protector on our log burner has potentially fallen off or what have you. So Ali is going to try to save the little bird. This is basically a nature channel now. Don't scare him too much. And try not to get soot anywhere. He might poop on things. You got him. Oh. Babe, oh, he just pooped. He's now sat up there. Come on, little blue tit.
I knew I had him. I felt bad because I didn't want to over.
No. Go on, there you go. Almost out, little guy. Go on, don't you dare poop on me. The boys have realised that something is going on that they are not involved in. Go and find your friends. Oh,
Lovely sound.
Come on, Smalley. Yeah, the one place that you can't get out.
If I walk around and push it along.
I'll go this way.
Yeah.
Come on, Smalley.
Porter's in here now, so. That's all camera.
I believe I was like, how is Porter in here?
You heard the squeak, didn't you? I thought you were Porter.
I just grabbed the scruff of her neck. The bird is safe. I am not going to tell you what happened. It is one of those moments where you're just sort of like, oh wow. Needless to say, it was not Porter that was in the room. If you heard Ali say, you might want to hurry up because Porter's in the room, it wasn't Porter. It was a close shave, but it did help get the bird outside, and the little blue tit or yellow tit, whatever it was, is now safely back in nature. Honestly, anyway, you can fill in the blanks. You can have a guess at what happened in the comments down below. But Ali and I have decided that we are having a quiet day in the garden today. So I got up this morning and I've worked out. We've gone for a walk and checked in on 50 Cent, which made my morning. It put a real pep in my step. And now we're just going to spend the day in the garden. I've got a few bits and pieces that I want to do, just general bits and pieces of maintenance, like I've noticed that the roses outside of the back doors have got some little aphids on them, so I'm going to deal with that. I've got some seeds to sow. I've got some bits and pieces to do just in terms of like just general beautification. It's the fluffy bits of gardening that I'm able to sort of keep on top of, and not the real rigorous stuff, because I'm not looking to be a gardener, okay? I'm just someone that likes to enjoy their garden. Ali, on the other hand, is on mission lawn today because we have noticed that our lawn has not been looking the healthiest, and our gardener put a treatment on our lawn but he didn't have enough, and so parts of our lawn are looking exceptionally healthy and parts of our lawn are not. So Ali is going to be taking a method that one of our friends' husbands told us, and he's going to be drilling the lawn today. But I need to get dressed for the day. I've got a full layer of fake tan on because tomorrow I am in London. I'm actually going in for some fluffy stuff in the morning. I think Carrie is getting her hair cut where I get my hair cut, and actually I could really massively do with a trim, but I'm not booked in. Then I have lunch with my life coach Jacqueline, which I'm really looking forward to. And then in the evening, I have a very, very special book event, which I feel very honoured to be invited to. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. In the meantime, I need to get dressed, and it is super exciting for me because I've got yet more items from Beaufort & Blake to show you. You all know that Beaufort & Blake is one of my favourite brands of all time. It's probably one of the hardest working brands in my wardrobe. I wear their items so much, their shirts, their jeans. Oh, we've got some dresses, finally, we've got some dresses. So I thought I'd show you them quickly, and then I'm gonna get like dressed for the day. I will probably end up wearing a brushed cotton shirt because we're still teetering between the seasons here, but I have some new pieces that I'm going to show you that I think you'll love. Before we get into it, of course, I've got a discount code. It's Lydia Summer, and it will get you 15% off online at Beaufort & Blake. So if you wanted to stock up on like linen shirts, great time to do it. But also on the pieces that I'm showing you. And that is between the 13th of the 5th and the 13th of the 6th. So you've got a whole month to use it. So don't forget, it's active. Even if you can't buy now, you can use it later on during the month, that kind of thing. But we've got some blue gingham, and in all honesty, I am going to put this out there. Beaufort & Blake. This isn't in green gingham. By next year, I'll be livid, because the blue is absolute perfection. This is such a gorgeous lightweight dress. I'll obviously take this off so that you can see
the actual fit. It's like a little cinched in waist so that you can do it to however you're comfortable. So big plate of pasta, loosen it a little bit. Just really convenient, I find. This is so pretty and gorgeous with like the normal tan accessories. I've just popped on a little jumper over the top. This is a little sort of cable knit cardigan. I just love this style so much, this over the shoulder style. Why did it ever go out of fashion? I'm never giving this up because it is so convenient for outfits to just have something draped over your shoulders and it actually be a functional piece in your wardrobe that you can add a layer to if you get hot, if you get cold, but also if you get hot you can remove the layer. It makes perfect sense in my mind. Anyway, love this as a dress and beautifully cinched in at the waist, really gorgeous linen fabric as well, super lightweight and easy to wear. Perfect little sort of garden party, brunchy outfit. On a day-to-day basis, I love wearing dresses like this. This is gorgeous. White dress, check. Tie waist, check. Collar, check. Broderie, check, check, check. This is an absolute classic dress for me. So gorgeously shaped, fitted. I love the details. I love the broderie as well because it's actually quite a like understated broderie. And this is just something that you can wear so effortlessly all spring, summer and still feel exceptionally put together. You can never go wrong with a collared white classic sleeveless shirt dress in spring, summer. If in doubt, that's basically what I go for. You know when you have those days when you're like, I just don't know what to wear. I just go back to the basics in my wardrobes and those staples and I just look for something that I know I'm not going to look back on and regret. I don't take any risks. I just go for the option that makes me feel lovely and I know I'll feel lovely in it in many years to come. And this is one of those pieces, and they also do this in a shirt as well. So the white jeans with the white broderie shirt, that gives like a double element. I'll show you anyway, but this is, love it. This might be a little bit of a curveball, okay? I wasn't expecting this to be as comfortable and as like easily wearable as this is, and it's kind of taken me off guard. It's not something I would usually go for. The colour is what like won me over, just being completely honest here. It's the colour. And yet I think that I could wear this all day. Now it doesn't come with its own tie belt, but I didn't think it looked right on me without the like cinched in waist. And so I've added a little like thin belt to it as well. It'll probably be something that looks really nice with slides. And here we are in said slides that I had left downstairs. These are just my Hermes Oran sandals, but this for me is like, I think I'm gonna wear this today. I think what I'll do is I'll put one of the brushed cotton shirts over the top, if I can find one. Sorry, my nose is really itchy today. I'm comfortable, I can move, but I'm all in, especially when the weather's like this. So this is unexpected and I love it. And I love the colour as well. It just feels easy. Let me know what you think though. I feel like this is very different for me. Okay. This is the colour of shirt I did not know I needed. This is almost like an inky royal blue. And I've got quite a few blue Beaufort and Blake shirts. This is linen, and when I tell you that their linen is probably one of the best in terms of price and quality, and just how they wear. I've got shirts, I mean I've been working with Beaufort and Blake for such a long time now, and their shirts are incredible and they last so long, so they're really, really good investment. I've got a few and I did not know that I needed this blue. This is, wow, this is like coastal grandmother vibes now. I love this. Little jumper over the top, tan accessories, you're gonna get your sunglasses on and you're laughing. You've already got the suede jeans, because if you haven't, you're missing out, because these are by far the most flattering, comfortable and like easily wearable jeans that I own, and you'll know that because I wear them all the time. But this truly is, she's in her spring summer moment. This is it. I think Mr. Millen Gordon is going to be hella jealous of this colour of shirt. And you can obviously do a little knot as well so that it just ties it in a little bit, but you can also go for it a bit more relaxed over the shoulders. Well, I love this and I'm comfortable. Favourite so far. Okay, this one feels a little bit more girly. I feel like the last shirt said I was in the Italian Riviera. This one says I'm going shopping in the countryside, like to a garden centre, or like going to grab a coffee or a glass of rosé. This is just a little bit more like I've made an effort, but it feels quite like feminine and less sort of chic. Does that make sense? I feel like the Italian side of things is a bit more chic. This is like a bit more girly, feminine, pretty, but also for me this tone mixed with the warmer tones always is a favourite. Now, if the other blue shirt was the Italian Riviera, this shirt is French. Okay, we're in the French Riviera now. We've done a whole tour. Italy, England, now we're in France. But this is like a bit more of a vibrant, like those southern France water type colours. I'm thinking like Eden Rock. I don't know, I've never been, so I wouldn't know, but that's what it's like. I'm feeling like it's kind of inspiring me, and I've styled it very slightly differently, and I've just tucked it in just because their shirts look just as beautiful worn like relaxed but also tucked in. This cardigan is working very hard in this haul, okay? She will get a raise, but I love this. Again, it's the way that every sort of season they introduce items, and it's almost like you get this capsule wardrobe of colours where you can go with the more muted tones, but then you can also inject a little bit more into it as well. And this is a me outfit that I just love. It's really, really lovely. And then there are those pieces that just feel strange, like they give you a sense of coming home. You know my sheep jumper? That's the same way that I felt when I put this on. And it's bizarre because I thought this would actually be one of my least favourites, but I think it's like the subtlety of the little sort of balloon sleeve, the subtle collar, and then anyone that lives in the countryside will know that this sort of like delicate check is a bit of a staple underneath like fleece gilets and things like that. So this to me feels like something I can pop on under one of my fleece gilets, but then also like take it off and feel like I look really, really nice. It's got blue in it, it's got a bit of taupe, so it goes with my tan accessories. I know I thought I was going to wear the jumpsuit, but I actually think I'm going to wear this today. I feel lovely. So just to remind you, my code is Lydia Summer. If you wanted to pick anything up, please do. If you didn't pick up the suede jeans the first time, goodness me, please get them, because these are my favourite jeans of all time. Like, I just live in them. I can garden in them, I can do everything. So yeah, anyway, just as I finished, the sun hath come outeth. So let's head downstairs. Let's drag Ali outside. We've got work to do. Exhibit A. I've popped it on with a little royal blue gilet and I think it looks lovely. I've also just been delivered some very beautiful flowers from my neighbour, so I'm going to get those in some water. I also have to tell you about this. So you'll know that one of the things I often buy when I go to Farmhouse, when I finish my classes and I finish swimming and that kind of thing, is I go and get myself a natural electrolyte drink. They do a raspberry one there, and I think they just buy them in. I don't think they make them fresh there. And one of the things I love is like restoring the electrolytes. I often wonder if my headaches are linked to lack of hydration. Like, I drink a lot of water, but I'm not sure my body is absorbing it in the way that I wanted to. So when I had the girls over from Organised, Hayley told me about Celtic salt. So I've been doing a little bit of reading about it, and I had my first glass of Celtic sea salt today. So I had a quarter of a teaspoon in lemon water with all of my supplements mixed in. This is the one that I ordered. I made one for Ali as well, because Ali is in the process of just like, he might be quitting coffee, he might not, he might just be like
weaning himself off. There's nothing too serious about it. So I made him one as well, but I will report back. It's supposed to have lots of like really good minerals, help with rehydration, help with skin, help with lots of different things. It's got magnesium in it, I believe. So lots of different things that I thought I would try. Literally, when you've had headaches as long as I have now, you'll kind of try anything to try and help them. And that is what I'm doing. So, as always, a little Millen Gordon concoction of washing up soap and water to get rid of the aphids. And oh my goodness, there is a little pheasant going through the wildflower garden. If Porter sees you, you are going to be in big trouble. Look here, go. Yeah, run off. Down the pathways. We created them just for you, Philip. So one thing that I find is often affected by aphids is also mint, especially if you have it indoors. So I do always have to give this a little spritz as well, just to get rid of them. I do this every so often. I can just see a couple of them finding their way to my little mint plant. It's a no from me. Then onto the Claire Austin, David Austin roses. This one is covered in aphids, so I'm going to give it a spritz. I'm going to give the whole thing a bit of a once over just in case there's any elsewhere and they think about going somewhere. It is definitely daddy long legs season as well. What would you like to explain what you're doing?
I don't really know what I'm doing. As soon as I'm told.
So our friend did this on the lawn of his very lovely palatial home when he lived in England. What was the method?
So essentially, we're creating it's essentially like aerating your lawn. Rather than aerating it with an aerator that goes this deep,
yeah,
you're going a foot deep every foot. And I'll do the whole lawn.
You're going to do the whole lawn?
The idea is that of course you create room. So the reason why we don't have a really luscious green lawn is because the soil is too compact.
Because we're on blue clay here, aren't we?
We are on clay, but it's just too compact, and so to help with the richness and the nutrients, I guess, in the grass, we need to make some space in the soil. So we're drilling down to create some space. The soil will move around, I guess, and get looser, and then our grass should be greener. As simple as that. And
this is why you marry a handyman, because he has things like this just laying around in his man shed.
I'll get a very sore back after this.
Yeah. These are the rose and verbena beds, and I don't know if you remember what these were like last year, but they really, really didn't do well. And our gardener, David, has honestly just brought our roses back to life, but I can see some aphids on them. So I'm going to do my part, because a garden is a team effort, in all honesty. And when he's not here, I've got to do things to help the roses along too. Pardon Mr. Millen Gordon drilling behind, but if you ever wondered what the colour inspiration was behind the rose thorn lip liner, it is this. It is this on the roses in my garden. When I saw this colour, I was like, I want to bring that rich red tone to the makeup world. And this was my little inspiration. Now at the front of the house, we definitely have more growth from the Claire Austin roses, and they are doing really, really well. Not too many aphids, but I wanted to show you my foxgloves coming out. So we planted these a couple of weeks ago, and these were an addition that I decided to add to these spaces in between the windows, because I loved the way the foxgloves almost connected the wisteria with the bed, I love those long tapered flowers. Ooh, there are a lot of aphids on this rose. Goodness me. Lydia versus aphids. One thing for sure, if Mr. Millen Gordon is gardening, the chickens are going to be out with him, without fail. He never leaves his girls unattended in the garden. And Porter with his girlfriends, you're hanging with the ladies. As you can see, our lawn is looking a little bit stripy, but this is what this magical substance that our gardener has introduced us to is able to do. So the yellowy bits are what our garden usually looks like, and these darker bits are where this product that he's got, I don't exactly know what it is. When he's next here, I will look at it a bit more in depth, but this is what our lawn hopefully will look like when we've done the treatment properly. The little spots we think are where the boys go to the toilet. For some reason, their wees are nutrient dense for our lawn. Tell me I am not the only person that is having a really tough growing year this year. So to begin with, we had the mouse that was eating the seeds before they could even germinate. Then we have had the stoat that kept eating my seeds. And now I think it's like slugs and bugs. And I can't believe it. So these are my cucumbers. And they only started coming up recently. They had leaves, and as you can see on this one, they have been munched. I've just moved them out of the cardboard and into these terracotta pots. I might even bring them inside to give them a real chance, because I've looked at Gramps' tomatoes and one has been eaten. The top of this one has been eaten. They've started on this one and they've done this one. So I don't know what to do here. And that is something I am going to say loud and clear, because I've had 2 people ask me recently, like I wouldn't even know where to start. And I was like, honestly, the back of your packet of seeds and Google is all you need. If you can get a good book that you understand everything from, even better. But in all honesty, gardening is just about like finding the way that makes sense to you and enjoying it. It's not about getting it right. And like, look, this is the other thing that's happened. So my other cucumbers were thriving, absolutely thriving. My cucumber perfection. I've obviously packed these pots too tightly with soil. These ones seem to just about be making it through, but they've got waterlogged, I've not even realised, and they're dying. So I think I'm going to manage to salvage about 2 of them. You can see this sort of green looking substance over the top. It's where the water has just been sitting and it's not been draining through the pots. So these ones are just withering away. At the moment, I should be able to salvage 2 of them. But honestly, I'm finding this to be my most difficult growing season yet. Look, this one's been eaten, this one's been eaten. I thought I'd give you a quick kitchen garden update. So under these cloches at the moment, I have my sweet peas just strengthening up. I just feel like they haven't been doing very well in the greenhouse, and so I thought I'd let them enjoy themselves outside for a little bit. We've got golden courgette and we have a black beauty courgette. We've got our nasturtiums that are doing really, really well. We've got some rhubarb over here. My rhubarb hasn't done amazingly this year, but I think I'm going to be able to harvest a little bit of this, but I think it's still sort of establishing itself. But any tips on rhubarb, let me know. We've got some little micro peas. These are my mange too. I've just thrown in some spinach and lettuce seeds. Over here we have chard, we have chives, we have lettuce, and we have some kale, all at very different stages of their lives, because this weather is not normal. I did throw in some carrot seeds, but nothing has come of those yet. It's been about 2 weeks. Again, over here we've got some more courgettes, and we've also got the sweet peas ready to sort of have their iron tower fixture put in. I'm just letting them get strong. More nasturtiums.
The broad beans are coming up nicely with some chives, and I've also just thrown in some carrot seeds here. And over here we've got my little bin of compost bits ready to go in there. These are my runner beans and some leftover asparagus that have just started coming up. I've also got a lovely nasturtium there in the middle. I've got my raspberries, which have a few little pre-fruits, I would say. Never done raspberries before, but I am excited to see what happens. Another little nasturtium down there. But that is how it's doing so far. A little bit empty at the moment, but everything is small and establishing itself. It's been very, very cold, so that will be why.
Good morning, everyone. I've just got back from Reformer Pilates and I am making a little concoction. So I've decanted my Celtic sea salt into one of my little jars, and I have a little quarter of a teaspoon Ujimi Flip hidden in there, and I just pop it in the water like so, let it dry out. This is just how I have all my supplements, and I just have basically started adding the Celtic sea salt to the water. It does just taste like electrolytes, so it's nice. Got up, I've done Reformer today. I'm actually in London today, which it looks like it's going to be a lovely day, so I'm thinking linen suit, potentially. I kind of need an outfit that's going to transcend the day. Does that make sense? Like, I need something that isn't going to look too overdressed, but then can look a little bit dressed, so it's going to look a little bit overdressed as well. It's like I need to find a happy medium to the two. So I'm thinking of wearing my TOWCESTER and Hicks new suit. I think it's supposed to be quite a nice day today. It gets a bit cloudy later on. I'll take a coat just to be safe. I need lemon juice and I need a straw. So that's the concoction. So with the Celtic sea salt, what I've learned is you need to keep stirring, otherwise you're going to get a very, very salty experience. But yeah, I had a lovely morning at Pilates. I started like doing a lot more stretching and like aiming on improving like flexibility and stuff like that, and it's just the loveliest place to do it, and I'm so happy that I'm doing like private classes as well. One of the things I want to do as well is private yoga classes, but obviously I can't start those until our gym is redecorated, so good vibes. I need some lemon. This is the outfit of the day. I'm wearing my TOWCESTER and Hicks suit as a two-piece today with slides. Basically, I've got to have an outfit that looks good throughout the day, and who knows that I haven't been to the office. No one would know. They're gonna know. They're not gonna know. They're gonna know. I feel like I look smart, and I can obviously casual it up a little bit with a little unbutton, but also then when I go to the event later on, I'll feel smart and put together. I've gone for some Jennifer Behr earrings, which are, I think, bringing the sort of feminine touch. The event that I'm going to this evening is the Oscars Book Prize, and this evening I believe it's for the Best Picture Book. We're heading there this evening, which is such an honour because the patron of the Oscars Book Prize is Princess Eugenie. The entire book prize came about in memory of a little boy called Oscar who died very, very young, and his parents basically wanted to help his legacy ensure the creativity and the ongoing support of children's books. And so with this prize, they acknowledge the best of the books. People that have judged them in the past have been like Gillian Anderson, and the actual prize is really, really substantial, so it can make a really big difference. Let's go. Let's head to London. Let's do our thing. I've got such a good day planned. Can't wait to see Jacqueline. Can't wait to see my best friend. Okay, I did realise that it's probably going to be cold later, and I was very kindly sent one of the newest spring pieces from the Purdy team, and this is their sort of spring trench coat. I thought if it does get cold, I look so cool. This is so unlike me. Why do I look so cool? I can't believe it. This is actually the coolest I have ever looked, and it doesn't work. I'm not supposed to look this cool. I am very uncool. Oh no. Sometimes it just happens, but I'm going to take this with me anyway and head to London. We're down in London at the usual taxi pickup. Well, no, the new taxi pickup that doesn't work either. And we are heading to the first stop of the day because Miss Grayson has booked in to have her hair cut. Now, I'm not going to be showing anything of her actually getting her hair cut.
At the moment, I'm trying to convince Lids to go to Albania for one of our weekends. And so I'm trying to find nice pictures of Albania. It's like a bougie girls weekend. And Max like, look! Oh, hang on, no, that's a bad one.
Yeah, I was going to say it.
Look! Have never spent this much on haircuts. Like, genuinely, if I hadn't noticed the difference in how one, your hair is even when you just dry it, like you guys just see the camera side, like even when the difference is made in the way that Lid's hair sits, I think is so noticeable that it was like, ah, okay, maybe I should do this for
Maybe I should be a bougie moo. I love this, I'm excited. So I finished up at the hairdressers with Carrie. I haven't seen the finished result yet, but I am on my way to Jacqueline's house to catch up with her. Very noisy. Oh baby, oh baby, oh yes, you're the star of the show. The star of the show. Oh my goodness, you're just falling asleep because you're so happy. Oh bless you, Piper. Yes, so calm. The look of love. I have made it to Jacqueline's. I'm roasting. It's one of those days when you can never, like, you just can't predict the weather. And so I've got a vest on, and I've got a silk top, and I've got a blazer, and I've got a coat. I think I might have to take the vest off though. Might be wise. How are you feeling in the heat, my little pipey? How are you feeling? And that is a segue to Covent Garden. We're heading into the Oscar book prize now, so I thought I'd check in. I went to see Jacqueline. We were just having such a catch up that I actually didn't vlog anything other than Piper, but yeah, sun setting. London's beautiful today because it's all sunny, so we're gonna head inside. I've got 2 more trays. Thank you so much. I'm so hungry, I've not had lunch.
Prize 2024. Why are we here? Because it's never too early to fall in love with books. Because there is no better investment of time than turning the page and sharing a story with someone you love. Because Britain's creative excellence is alive and well in picture books. You've only got to look at the shortlist to see vibrant illustrations and some incredibly poetic writing. And we are here, some of us, some incredible friends and family who come back year after year since 2014. They're here because of a little boy that can't be here. So thank you all, it's wonderful to see you. Thanks for your support again. I'm James Ashton, I'm chair of Oscar's Book Prize and Oscar. Thank you, and say thank you to all the judges. And the winner is When Dinosaurs Walked the Earth, written by Sean.
I've got one of those. It's not like a Canon from the 1980s.
No!
It looks amazing.
Wait, tell everyone what you do.
What do? I host Good Morning Britain. If anyone's up that time of the morning.
What time of the morning?
Well, it's on air at 6.
I'm up at 5, so now I have no excuse.
Yeah, I'll be on there this Friday. Coming up. When is this one going out? Is there a schedule?
Monday.
Monday? So I won't be on the next Friday. Anyway, look out, Friday.
And this is the winner of the Oscar Book Prize. When Dinosaurs Walked the Earth, Carrie actually called this, and I think it's definitely deserving of its winning title. The illustrations are so lovely, and it's got such a lovely plot to the story, so well-deserved win. We are in the Ivy Club, and I'm in their very, very fancy Art Deco lift, looking very snazzy, but there's a lot of glass. I actually didn't realise how much I don't like this, actually. I actually don't like this at all. Just thought I'd show you the very lovely lift because I've shown you absolutely nothing today and I feel terrible. I was all set to do loads of vlogging. Ciao! Well, I am back home after a day in London that sadly was not the day that I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be vlogging loads today. Like there's going to be so much to show you, and sometimes there just isn't that opportunity. Because often I film with Jacqueline, and so whenever I go to see her, I'm always like prepared because I want you guys, oh, just get my jacket off. I want you guys to have access to like moments with her, because I know how much my previous video that I did with her most recently helped so many people. This time it was just kind of like just me and her catching up because I haven't seen her for ages, and because I don't have as many sessions with her anymore, I only now call on her when I've got to that point where I can't maybe like work through something on my own, because I'm the type of client, or I think, was that what you call someone like me? I don't know. Am I a client? I need to get you up a little bit higher. I would like to think of myself as like her dream, yeah, client. We're gonna go with client, because I was like, my tenacity to put into action the learnings that she like teaches me has always been like, I'm like sink or swim. You've got to do this, Lydia, you've got no choice. So you better learn what it is that she's telling you, because someone can sit there and tell you something, but you have to go away and make it make sense in your everyday life. And that's the thing with life coaching that I should always preface whenever I talk about Jacqueline, is that you have to be prepared to work your socks off. Like, I have not stopped learning and learning from her, and when she tells me to do something, I go and do it, and I do the homework, and I do so much stuff so that I am fully learning. That is like life coaching. I always think that people think that like life coaching is like this silver bullet, and it's just not. You are your own silver bullet. What I needed was the information, first of all, that it was possible. I didn't know it was possible. When I was trying to learn to thrive in the sort of chaos of the world that I was existing in at the time, I didn't know it was possible. I couldn't see someone thriving under the same pressure that I was under. I'm sure there was, I just couldn't find them. I saw a lot of people that were rightfully so struggling. I was struggling, and so I needed like someone that was going to coach me through it, but I was going to have to work. And so being able to like share snippets of her with people and with you guys, because I am, as I said, from the beginning days with Jacqueline, I have paid full price. I am in no way affiliated with her. I am just someone that did essentially the start to finish course with her, and my life is now changed. And like, I did the sessions with her, I've read all of the books, I listen to podcasts, I take the learnings and I go away and I apply them. I'm not expecting someone to fix me. That's it. I'm going to fix me. I just need the information, and I need to be able to make it make sense. So yeah, anyway, that's why I always, but today was not that day. Today was a day for just me and her, because what I have realized is that we are such similar human beings, and what has transpired is we have built the most wonderful, lovely friendship. So it was just a girly catch up today for us with Piper, and I walked through the door and the dogs are absolutely all over me because they can smell Piper on me. And then obviously we went to Oscar's book prize, which was such an incredible event. Like, oh my goodness, Natalie Imbruglia was there, Catherine Ryan. Obviously we also met Winnie and Adil, and it's just hilarious, lovely. Like, it was almost like we kind of gravitated to each other. It was so much fun. Anyway, the winning book of the Oscars book prize, which was called When Dinosaurs Walked the Earth, which Carrie had called it long before. She was like, anything with dinosaurs is winning, but also the illustrations were so beautiful. Basically what the authors and the illustrators have won is a prize, and it basically goes towards supporting the children's book world, which something that I didn't know was that those really sort of formative year children's books don't necessarily get the love that they should. And so in being able to support them in this way through such a wonderful cause, which is in Oscar's memory, it was just lovely to be there. Also, I obviously have had to take matters into my own hands with regards to my seedlings in my greenhouse. So I've got the seed sprouter back out. What I've popped into my seed sprouter is the top layer is sweet corn, because my sweet corn has not sprouted yet. Personally, I don't think it's been warm enough, but I'm going to sprout them in here, get them established, because I find that sometimes when you get them established in here and then plant them into the soil, they don't get munched so easily. I'm also doing some more cucumbers, because cucumbers this year, my goodness me, they are being absolutely ravaged. And then I've realised that I've been quite late with my Brussels sprouts, and I would very much like to have Brussels sprouts this Christmas again. So I'm quickly sprouting them in my seed sprouter to see if I can catch them up. I always use a bit of warm water and just pop it in. Right, I am actually going to bed now.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. It feels to me at the moment like the days are just running away, and like I can't believe we're in May and I can't believe that it's Wednesday. It feels like life is just moving at 100 miles an hour. Today is the first day where it actually properly feels like spring. There was still a chill in the air when we went on my birthday, but we made the best of the situation that we had. But today it is warm, and I have something very, very exciting to show you. Yesterday, Mr. Millen Gordon was checking in on his bees, because we now have, very excitingly, 3 colonies of bees. So yesterday, Ali's bees did something. It's not a swarm, it's something else, but they did it, and we actually watched it in the garden. And then Ali went and suited up, got himself a box, and he collected the small collection of bees and popped them into a new hive. But when I was on my way down to London, he messaged me and he said, "Is this wild garlic?" I'll show you the picture that he sent me. And I said, no, that's not wild garlic. Wild garlic has more tapered and smooth and elongated leaves. And he said, well, the thing is I'm cutting through the pathway at the beehives that leads to the sheep's fields. And my goodness me, it is busy at the hives today. And he said, it really smells of garlic. And I thought, how strange. So obviously on the iPhone you can swipe up and it will tell you the type of plant that you're looking at. Usually it does its best anyway, sometimes it's not fully, you know, doing the thing. And it turns out that just off of Honeybee Walk, if you take a stroll down to Sheepsfield Boulevard, we have this. And this is a very newly established section of our woodland that leads to the sheep's fields over here. And this is fit to burst with a newly established forageable wildflower, which is wild garlic mustard or wild mustard garlic, whichever you want to go with. I don't mind. But we have absolutely loads. All of this is our land as far as all of these plants are going. And we can make pesto, we can make lots of different things, garlic bread, herb infusions, all of that kind of thing. And I've come down to give it a test myself. Oh my goodness, it's on our land, so I can forage as much as I want. But obviously I want to preserve this as a species in our garden. Oh my goodness. So this will have a slightly more spicy and you know, horseradishy element to it. But it's garlic. Oh my gosh, I feel like this is just wonderful. Another thing to forage in the garden, so I'm definitely going to be doing that at some point over the next few days, to just make some pasta sauces, some pestos, freeze them down. Oh, what a treat. That's what's been going on. We've also had a meeting today, oh, you can hear the bumbles, with our joiners, just basically planning for the new bar install. But as you can see, these were the 2 original hives, and we are obviously hoping to paint at some point the top of that one. So this was the original hive, and this was the second hive that we obtained last year, and then this is the newest addition, and they are very, very busy bumblebees, or honeybees. I always call them bumblebees, but very busy honeybees. So weird to call them pets, isn't it? But a new colony of pets. This is Honeybee Walk in the garden, my affectionately named very small little pathway through the cow parsley. But I just love the idea of creating rooms and sections and creating a story with our home, and I think we've done that, but I think it's lovely. Obviously you can only imagine how excited I was when I realised that we had all of that wild garlic mustard in our woodland. Both Ali and I have tried to establish wild garlic here to to no success. So to find out that we have something naturally occurring here in our woodland has been, I'm definitely humble bragging right now. But I love it, so happy. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you the good news, because I don't think that anything made my day as much as realising that we had wild garlic mustard growing abundantly in our woodland. So I thought it's okay for me to share the good news with you, and I will certainly let you know what I end up making. But I'm going to sign this vlog off here. I've got a busy day ahead of me, and I'm going to pick my camera straight back up and let you know what's going on. Bye.